This is Carolina in the Morning on Fox Wilmington. Streaming live on foxwilmington.com.
And good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Kim Ratcliffe.
And I'm Bob Bonner. On this Veterans Day, if you are a veteran or an active duty member of the military, there's a lot of restaurants on the area that just want to say thank you to what you've done.
They do. And Stacy Pino joining us live right now to talk a little bit more about some of these areas. Where can our military members and veterans get some deals on food today, Stacy?
Well, Kim, the list is very long, but it's definitely exciting to announce because there are several different places that active duty members of our military and veterans can go today. So we're going to jump right into it. If you guys are hungry right now, you can head over to Denny's. They're going to be giving away a free Build Your Own Grand Slam breakfast until noon. There's also IHOP. There's one on Market Street. If you're in Wilmington, they're giving away some free red, white, and blue pancakes. Also, don't forget to check out some Krispy Kreme because there's some free donuts there for you as well. But maybe if you want some more lunch, there's Mission Barbecue. Veterans and active duty military can get a free sandwich and cake, but that one is while supplies last. There's also some Panera Bread offering some deals, as well as some Texas Roadhouse offering a special veterans lunch. But maybe if you want to save it for dinner and go out dinner time, there's Red Robin offering some deals with some of their bottomless steak fries. There's Golden Corral, as well as Olive Garden's giving away a free meal, including an entree, freshly baked garlic breadsticks. Those are so delicious, as well as your choice of unlimited soup or salad. But before you head out this morning or later this evening, make sure you keep this on top of mind. Make sure you have your proof of military service, and also make sure read the fine print. Most of the deals are for participating locations only. There is asking that you verify that you're eligible for the order before you place your order with the hostess or the waitress. And if you have any questions, you can always call before you head out the door. So those were just a quick rundown of places. We have a full list on our website, foxwilmington.com. But maybe if you not only want to just honor a veteran today, there's going to be a way you can honor them throughout the whole holiday season. I'll break that down for you, and where you can buy some wreaths across America starting today. Back to you.
All right, Stacey, thanks. A center for veterans in need getting a transformation with the help of dozens of volunteers. The Sergeant Eugene Ashley Center in Wilmington is a transitional residence for more than 20 homeless veterans, and it's more than 100 years old. Well, now volunteer associates with area Home Depots are giving back and fixing up the building. Tuesday, they did some painting and construction work and helped with organization as well. The company has worked with the Ashley Center for over 6 years.
And some veterans and active duty service members won't have to walk too far the next time they go shopping. Independence Mall providing Wounded Warrior parking spaces at 3 of the main entrances. Those spots now reserved for anyone injured while fighting for our country. 7:03 right now. Get a quick check of the weather forecast with Patrick in for Gannon this morning. Completely different scene than what we saw yesterday, Patrick.
Most definitely. The clouds hung around a good bit through the morning hours yesterday across southeastern North Carolina, but no clouds this morning, unless you're seeing a little bit of fog. And in that case, then the fog will lift fairly quickly this morning. We end up with a lot of sunny skies. That's looking towards ICW and Lollipop Bay from Wrightsville Beach this morning, looking over towards the mainland and over towards the landfall community. 52 degrees right now at ILM Airport. Winds west at 3 miles per hour. It feels like it's 52 out there. Not a lot of wind movement to get a wind chill going, but at least it's crisper than what we've seen over the last couple of days. As we look at your Veterans Day forecast, the all-important 11 o'clock hour, temperatures in the 60s, sunshine. Rain chance at 0% and a northwesterly breeze coming in here about 10 miles per hour. But if you are stepping out the door this morning, we do have some fog to talk about. Primarily into Robeson County, we've had some pretty dense spots through Columbus County this morning, also throughout portions of Onslow County, and even getting into Brunswick County from time to time as well. So be aware of that as you're stepping out the door, getting the kids out and getting yourself to work this morning. Just be aware of that. Otherwise, clear skies across the region, and it's going to stay that way through the day today ahead of our next frontal boundary. Your commute forecast, a little bit of patchy fog this morning, primarily around the river bottoms. Right now we're seeing some around the Cape Fear River, the Brunswick River, so be aware of that. 54 degrees will trend towards about 64 by the time we head towards 10 o'clock, and mostly sunny skies. Otherwise, a beautiful day across southeastern North Carolina, up to 72 before it's all said and done. The rain chance standing at 0. We'll talk about your next rain chance in your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, Patrick, thanks. It happens more than you may realize. Reports of students being sexually assaulted on their college campuses.
Yeah, and the number of schools that's come under fire now for how they handle these reports actually growing. So our Bailey Hicks looking into a proposed law that would hold all schools now accountable.
More than 100 colleges and universities are under investigation right now for possible Title IX violations. The federal law requires all schools to provide adequate accommodations for all students, including sexual assault survivors. Now, some of the schools may surprise you. Not too far away, UNC Chapel Hill, Guilford College, William & Mary, and JMU are all under investigation. One senator is advocating for a new law that would change how schools handle sexual assaults and the services they provide for survivors. I'll highlight the changes it would bring coming up in a special report on Fox Wilmington News at 10. Reporting in the studio, Bailey Hicks, Carolina in the Morning.
A murder suspect on the loose this morning, considered armed and dangerous. Authorities in Bladen County want you to be on the lookout for this man. Monteese Mitchell, accused of killing Daryl Council over the weekend. We're told it happened at the intersection of Center and Twisted Hickory Roads in Dublin. Now, if you see him, you are urged to contact police right away.
We have more details about a larceny suspect. Police in Southport have identified the man you see here as Kevin Williams, and officers are still looking for him after they tell us that Williams took a man's wallet at Walmart last week. You're looking at some surveillance pictures of him and the vehicle that police say he drove away in. To take a closer look at these pictures, go to foxwilmington.com. Here's another person Southport police are looking for. They say this man broke into a car last month and stole a check that was inside. That car was parked at the Bald Head Island ferry lot in Southport. If you see this man, you should contact police.
And looking ahead now, one beach town will have to try yet again if they want to upgrade their internet service. The Brunswick County Board of Elections met on Tuesday to do a recount of the votes toward the broadband referendum. Now, it would have put $10 million towards internet upgrades on Bald Head Island. There were no extra votes to prevent a tie, meaning no upgrades. The village of Bald Head Island now will have to wait until late December to decide if they want to propose a new referendum for that next election coming up in March. Votes for several other local races could be recounted as well. There were some tight races. Any candidates who are within a 1% margin are eligible to call for a recount. Council races in Whiteville, Brunswick, and Carolina Shores all close enough. Candidates now have to wait until Thursday night at 5 o'clock to file that request to recount the votes.
2 new members voted onto the Sunset Beach Town Council, but there's another opening that voters can't fill. Councilman Terry Johnson resigned his seat on council last week with 2 years left on his term. Once the 2 newly elected members join the board, council will then have a workshop to talk about how to fill Johnson's seat. Johnson plans to move closer to a church where he serves as a pastor. Some of your county commissioners will be talking about how they spend your tax dollars on travel. Next week, New Hanover County Commissioner Woody White calling for New Hanover leaders to talk about their travel expenses. And this comes after several WECT investigative stories highlighting how much the commissioners were spending. Commissioner White hopes to talk about potentially setting a limit for each board member's expenses. That meeting taking place on Monday.
All right, 8 minutes after the top of the hour right now. Quick check of your first alert traffic. Give you a look right now, Carolina Beach and Burnett Boulevard. Traffic moving pretty good there. The intersection all dry at this hour. The road back open. We've seen that closure in recent weeks. Also here now, look at Market and Eastwood roads as well. Maybe a little bit of haze out there, but the sun starting to burn things off. There was word of a disabled motorist, Dawson and 3rd Street. So if you're in that area of town, you may expect a bit of a delay. But other than that, well, there's a look. Dawson and 3rd Street right now looking all clear at this hour. So ignore what I just said about any slowdowns. We're back with more Carolina in the Morning after this.